Hi, welcome to my home. I'm asked quite a lot about how to do headstands, so I thought I'd make this little video. I hope you find it useful. With headstands, and this particular headstand variation, it's, I think, just as important to pay attention what to do as it is to pay attention about what not to do. So as I talk through the steps, I'm going to show you what I believe is the most beneficial way, the most efficient way to get comfortable in a headstand, but I'm also going to share with you some of the common things that happen when people are doing it that's not helpful. Okay, so first of all, you start just sitting back on your heels. I like to have my toes tucked under, down on the knees. Clasp opposite elbows with your hands. That's to measure the distance that your elbows need to be. Make sure then when you let go of your elbows and clasp your hands like this, letting that bottom finger just tuck in the front so it's not getting squashed. Make sure that when you go from here to here and throughout the remaining steps, your elbows don't go out wide. Because what happens then is you start with a nice firm foundation, a nice stable base, and if your elbows go out wide, then it's much harder to balance. It's, if you can imagine a tripod that you hold your camera on, if all 3 points, because those 3 points when you're in your headstand are going to be your 2 elbows and your head, like this. If your elbows go out wide, then you're more likely to fall either forwards or backwards, okay? So keep the elbows in. So we measure, clasp, release the bottom finger, down. Then the next step is to make sure you place the top of your head on the floor. Your hands will cradle the back of your head. So it's not right here up by the forehead, it's not right back, it's kind of right above where your ears are. So you find the top of your ears and go straight up to the top. So you're like, the top of your head is what you want to put on the mat. So basically what we're looking for is when your weight is on your head and the weight's going down, your neck's not being crunched. If it's on towards the forehead, you're going to be crunching your neck down this way. If it's towards the back of your head, you'll be crunching your head down this way. So find the top of the head. Okay? So moving on. Clasp, basket, place head. Then, hang on. This is going to get in the way. Then, the next step is to, with the toes tucked under, lift the knees up. You do not have to straighten your knees. In fact, I would say go ahead and keep the knees bent, because what you've got to do now is take your feet closer towards your face so that your hips stack over your shoulders, okay? If you have really tight hamstrings, you keep your knees straight, you're gonna go up only so far and then you can't go any further. So bend your knees and you're looking to try and make yourself into this nice little tucked shape. And so what happens then is you've already brought the majority of your weight over your head and over your forearms. And then it's just a matter of picking up one and then maybe the other foot. And you find yourself in this nice little ball, okay? So that right there, or even just coming here or coming here, that might be your headstand right now. Be happy with that. Be proud of yourself with that. If you can get comfortable in that before trying to jump up or kick up to having your legs up over your head, you're gonna get there much faster than if you're focused on getting your legs all the way up in the air straight away. Okay, because that's the next thing that people do wrong, is they're thinking, I want my feet up over my head, and so they try and get there. And if you're jumping like this, trying to get up to headstand, a couple of things are happening. One, you're using all this momentum, and then it's very hard to stop that momentum once you're vertical, so you're more likely to fall over. But also, we tend to open up the hips to do that. So while your shoulders are square, your hips open up to the side, so you're going up in a twist, which is also hard to correct once you're trying to balance on your head. So instead, try to just go up totally with control without jumping or kicking at all. So it looks like that, like I just showed you. Bring the knees as close towards you as you can. Keep tilting backwards so you'll feel more weight going back. It might feel a little bit scary at first, but keep your toes down so that you can get used to this feeling. Then when you feel more confident, you can start to play around with lifting the toes up. If you feel good here, then slowly, one step at a time, unfold yourself. Okay, so another thing you don't want to do is go, okay, I'm here, next step, straight, because that's really hard to balance. So take it one step at a time. Like this is step 2, this is step 3, this is step 4, and so on, okay? If you're confident, if you're good, you're coming up vertical, I would suggest try to then lower as slowly as possible. Maybe even keeping the legs straight as you do so. This is great for building core strength in the abdominals and the back, and it will help you go up time and time again with control, okay? People do like to use the wall. I don't see a problem with using the wall if it helps you get up there, or let somebody that you love and trust stand behind you to make sure that you don't fall, if that makes it easier for you. Make sure afterwards though, after you've had all this weight on your head, you give your neck a chance to release. My favorite way to do that is to come into child's pose, so the feet flat, just sitting back on the heels. I like to take my hands into 2 fists and then rest my forehead on top of them. And it just gives the cervical spine and the rest of the spine a chance to release after having all that pressure. It gets easier and easier as well as you begin to build strength in the shoulders, because what you want to do is make sure and press down through the elbows and the hands as you're doing this, so not all of your weight is on your head. And yeah, just listen to your body. Make sure that if something is like feeling completely not right, that you have somebody look at you maybe. Find somebody that's experienced with headstands. Make sure that your spine is aligned. Make sure that you're not bringing too much weight into your head, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, be safe, listen to your body, but also enjoy it.